So let me let you in on what marriage is all about. Really, it's not so bad. I mean, so many people say, you know what, marriage. I feel like I'm locked down and I'm held back, and I can't really do this. There's no freedom. But listen, there's so much blessings in marriage, and we're gonna share with you why. Because hey, we've reached the marriage phase.
Hey fam bam, welcome back to our channel. Yes, we are still continuing with the love series, and today we're talking all things marriage. So if you have not yet subscribed, please do subscribe to our channel, give this video a thumbs up, and comment down below. Tell us, what do you think about the series so far? So we are talking about marriage. Disa and I only have been married for about almost 2 years, coming up to 2 years, but we've been together for 10 years, so we have a bit of experience prior to marriage. But now that we're in marriage, we can tell you guys a little bit more of our experiences. So before I get into it, let's just recap quickly about the 3 last episodes. So the first one was self-love. Self-love is so important, guys. I can advocate it continuously, that you need to love yourself so that you know who you are within your marriage, so that you have your own identity, so that you don't get lost. The second one is friendship. It is so important for you guys to be friends before you continue to going further, before anything else, because being friends builds a foundation for your marriage. And then after that, it's courtship. And courting, like we said before, it's about just involving God and knowing that what your intention is for marriage.
Right, guys. So we're at the marriage phase, and a lot of people I know will be a bit two-minded about this topic because it's not everybody's cup of tea. And I understand there's a lot of people that say, is marriage for everybody? That's a question we should pose. Should everybody get married? Now we know the Bible also speaks about, hey, it's better that you be alone if you can be alone, because then you can fix all your attention on the ministry and the work of God, right? Like Paul said. But listen, marriage is something God wants us to enjoy. It's the pleasure, it's a gift, it's really a blessing that He has given us. So the question is, fam bam, now you have gone through the phases of you being friends, you are self-assured, so you love self, and you have dated a bit, and you've gone through that whole period where you guys were courting, right? Now the question is, are you ready for marriage? And if you are, listen, this is going to be the greatest time of your life, because you're going to enter into a new level of love. Literally the highest, the pinnacle of all love is really getting into marriage, because this is not just about you alone and this man, or you and this woman if you're a guy. It's about you three. Who's the third person? Of course, it's God at the center of this union, because He orchestrated marriage, right? So this is what we're going to share with you about. Marriage is a beautiful ministry. It's a ministry that has so many benefits, but is it for everybody? And that's the question, right? I think one of the first things you need to think about when you want to consider marriage is, how well do you know marriage? Now that sounds confusing, because hey, if you were not married, you won't know anything. But the point is, you need to do your background check. I believe, and my wife and I, we've done this. You need to spend time understanding what marriage is all about. You need to spend time either investing your money in buying resources so that you can study a little bit more about what marriage is, or better yet, just get counseling, or better yet, spend time with married couples, those that you can idolize to an extent that they are role models, right? Not idolizing in a sense that you worship them, no. In a sense that you look up to them, and they portray the kind of love that you're looking for, right? Because you've been dating this guy for a while, or you've been dating this girl for a while. So you want to level up, right? So you want to have an image of what marriage looks like and the beauty of it. And this is why it is important that you do spend time with your partner, speaking and discussing what marriage is all about, and whether you're interested in it, because you've now courted, and now it's that time where you need to get moving on with your relationship. So marriage it's not so much just, hey, you know what, put a ring on it. It's not about just that. It's about, now that we're together, what can we now build as two individuals going forward? And we need to mature, we need to level up, we need to think differently. It's a high level of maturity, as I mentioned earlier on, and it's a time and a period where you deny self. Literally, if you thought you denied yourself when you were dating, no, it's going to happen so much more now that you're married. You need to really just say, you know what, it's not about me, I need to cater for this person now, and I have to be selfless. No more being selfish now. Yes, you had your self-love, well done, but now you got to give the love.
So Disa and I did go through the series from love to friendship to courtship. And our marriage, has that changed our relationship? It's a lot. Guys, we'll be very honest with you guys. It's not a breeze in the ocean. Literally, it's not. It takes a lot of work, a lot of commitment, a lot of surrendering to yourself, to your partner, like Disa has mentioned. You know, it's just about knowing what love is. What is love to you? You know, the Bible speaks about love not being boastful, not being jealous. You know, love is just something that you give off to someone because you just want to, because you care for them. So that's what you need to consider when going into marriage. So we're not forcing you to get married. I mean, not everybody is destined to be in a marriage. But what we do advocate is what God says about marriage. God just wants a man and a wife to be together and to be fruitful and to multiply. So whatever situation that you are going through right now with your partner, what you need to do is just to settle down and be like, you know what, are we ready for the marriage? But what is the big deal with people trying to make it seem like it's the worst thing in life? I mean, coming from a person who did not believe in marriage before to now being in a marriage, it is work, but I can see the significance of it. I can see why God finds it so significant, why it's so important to love one another and to become one unit to move forward. And I mean, it could be your ministry, as my husband once mentioned, is that, you know what, you as an individual coming together, as individuals coming together to be one, you don't know what power that is to impact so many people. And that's why also it is important to have marriage friends, to have people who are married so that, you know, you can bond with them and can understand. Because I mean, there are certain things, certain questions you want to know if they are experiencing the same things. I'm not going to say now because y'all are not all married. I'm not saying that to spite you guys, but I'm just saying that, you know, once you get into those groups and you guys just talk about, oh my gosh, my husband is frustrating me. Oh my gosh, he's most probably saying my wife is like making me run around the whole house or whatever. But you get a sense of, you know, unity to understand that we all actually go through the same things. I mean, everybody's marriage is different, but it is similar in some way or another. I'm just here to let you know that, listen, don't rush into it. Take your time. And it is beautiful when you have built a foundation, when you have found your friend, when you know that this person is your better half. I mean, there's that whole quote of, oh my gosh, I can't live without you. Can you really live without that person? Yes, you can, but you choose not to live without them because they impact your life so massively. They without them, like, it is a bit empty, you know. So I'm just here to tell you that don't be scared of it. Go in it with an open mind, but go in it knowing what comes with it, because it is a big responsibility. You know, yes, you were friends, you were courting, you've known each other for 20 years, but once you're in marriage, it's a whole different ball game. So you just need to understand that dynamics will change, roles will be changed, responsibility, you need to be accountable that you are now a wife. There's certain things that you need to do. You are now a husband. There's certain responsibilities that you need to take care of. So, and then you're going to maybe, by God's grace, have children. And once you have children, now that's another big ball game. So that's why you need to understand that once you build that foundation with your partner in marriage, you're now living together, you are going through life together, you're going through finances together. And like most people say, the three things that ruin marriages is finances, sex, and communication. If you don't talk about those three things within your relationship, or build that foundation within that relationship for those 3 points, then it will crumble, you know. Actually, there's so many things that I could say, but that is my point about being in a marriage. We're talking about marriage.
Yes, lenyalo, umshado. Guys, we've been through the phases. If you haven't already, do catch up. We have the links up here.
Yep.
What we talk about first? We spoke about
self-love.
Yep.
Friendship.
Yep.
and then courtship.
Courtship/dating as well. Okay. So very important that you go through these phases. And disclaimer, guys, remember these are our opinions, our views.
100%.
Hey, do not quote us 100%.
As a belief.
As in belief. Okay.
Yes.
We only have 2 years in this thing.
Yeah, only 2 years.
Yeah, but we're going somewhere. 2 years, but 10 years before, guys, a little bit of something. So marriage, Lenyalo, talk to us, Rego. Why should somebody consider marriage? Now that they've gone through self-love, they've found a friend in somebody, they've courted. Now the big deal. Should I put a ring on it? Should I say yes? Should I say I do?
Only you can answer that.
Yeah.
Literally, only you can answer it. If you are at peace, have you ever guys felt peace in your heart? If you're at peace and you've gone through all those phases, you know, you're assured of yourself, you have a foundation with your partner, is it English sharp? Then you can go ahead and be married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, in today's world and in the 21st century, man, there's a lot of talk about why should we get married? Is marriage actually needed? I'm okay, I can fight and set. I can actually live with this person. We are in a committed relationship. We don't want to complicate things. I've heard these things being said. Why should we complicate things?
Look.
We're moving together. We live together already.
Yeah.
Some of us, or some out there, not us, but others, they have children already together. So what's a ring going to change? What do you say?
Listen, I can't answer that question because I'm not in that situation. But what I can answer is that don't be pressurized to enter marriage. Number one. Number two, don't let anybody pressure you about changing your standards. If your standard is marriage, then go for it. Don't let anybody influence your opinion about marriage, because it is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, no, that's true, guys. And we've spent a whole lot of time speaking about marriage because we advocate marriage. We love marriage, and that's why we did it. We believe it's the highest level of love. It really is. I mean, this is as close as you can get as well to understanding that love that God has for us, because He's involved now.
Yeah. I just got a revelation. So.
We are in this thing together. When I say together, I mean God is involved. Remember, it's a triune. Together, not together. Together, because remember, it's now God at the center of our relationship. It's God being that advocate for us, right?
Yeah.
It's a whole institution that God has said, listen, I bring you together. I involve myself in there. I establish a ministry in you. You become powerful for the nations. You become powerful for your community. You become powerful. You become so impactful for those around you.
I think at the end of the day, what you're trying to tell me is if you are right with Christ, everything becomes right.
Done.
100%.
It starts with Christ.
It starts with Christ.
It ends with Christ.
Yeah.
It involves Him all the way, fam. And that's why we just saying, you know what? Go into your relationship with the Lord. Involve Him from the get-go. From
what
the
did
time,
you say? What?
Yeah, together.
Together.
Remember, we are in this together.
We are together.
Together. Together. Yeah, so fast lahlane. Yeah, so fast lahlane, but together.
Yeah.
Remember that one, fam.
Yeah.
So it's been the love series, Rego, and I think we're almost done.
Okay.
Right? We got one more week. We got one more, Or do we end it here?
We don't know yet.
We don't know
just have
yet.
to watch and see.
Fam, what's your thoughts on marriage?
Yeah. What is your thoughts? Please do comment down on the comment section, and let's continue having this amazing discussion about relationships. I know you all have different views, and we respect each one's views, but we also stand firm on our views.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, if you're still new, hey, join the fam band. It's simple. Just click the button.
Of course, and subscribe to our channel.
Yep. So until the next video.
Or vlog. Bye, fam.
Bye, fam.